What's up? Hello, it's your girl Emmy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming back again with another little astrology series. So this time around we are doing the moon. Now the moon, it represents your relationship with your mother. It represents your inner self. It's the self that people don't necessarily see right away when they first meet you, because it's more of like shadow and who you really are. I would say that the moon is like the most accurate at describing your personality, just because, and like it's really important in understanding, like if you're gonna have anything about someone's chart, I would say like the moon is the most important, just because it gives you that understanding, how you react to things, how you process your emotions. Today we're just gonna get right into it, and we are going to start with Aries moon. Aries is a fire sign, and Aries is ruled by Mars. Think of big energy. The first thing I have to say about an Aries moon is you cannot tell them what to do. They will not hear it, okay? And they have no desire to hear it. It's very go-getter, I start the trends, alpha mentality. It's very in touch with their masculine side, I would say. Male, female, non-gender conforming. There's definitely a like masculine approach, presence, demeanor is felt. I'm not saying that they're aggressive, I'm just saying that they know how to take up space. Yeah, because they're very like assertive. They're very passionate people as well. They're not the type of people to take criticism. Since Aries is Mars ruled, and Aries is also the first sign of the zodiac, so which makes Aries very childlike, very innocent, very curious, quick moving energy. It's kind of, they want to keep things light. They have a hard time going deep with things. Now of course this does depend on like your sun sign and like your Mercury, things like that affect your communication, but usually I would say Aries moons try to keep things light. They're not really the type of person that's going to bring up old like issues. Like if you got into an argument with them, they're not going to bring up, like once they agree to like move on and forget about it, they're not going to be like, oh my god, you didn't do this like again, like, you know, like 2 months ago. Like they're not like that. They're very like forgive and forget and like move on. They're very impulsive because they go with like their gut, you know, like they're ruled by the head, right? So they just go like head first into things. So it's like whatever they do is like their first instinct, like their impulse. So that can also like backfire on them, especially if it's something that has to do with like temper or like their attitude, things like that. And the thing that I really appreciate about Aries moon and like any fire moon, for example, is they're not really the type to like sit and mope and like complain about things. It's kind of like they're gonna take action on it, and they're not going to like drag on things from the past, even though I kind of touched on that already. They're very like, if I want this, I'm gonna go after it, I'm gonna get it. Of course I'm gonna get it, because it's just like, I'm that bitch. This is what I want, this is what I need. And I'll worry about the rest of the details later. So since Aries is ruled by Mars and it's very masculine, I want to like keep moving and keep pushing. And the moon is very receptive, and it's very like, I want to understand, why do I feel this way? I feel like Aries moons tend to not really learn the lesson from their emotions, because they're trying to move past it, because sitting in it just doesn't make sense to them. And it's like they want to use their physical energy to like move, like they want to just like move the stagnation, versus like actually understanding where it's coming from. So like, since they are more physical and like more masculine when it comes to their energy, so it's like if they're feeling like mad, sad, like angry, they're probably going to like want to take it out by like screaming, punching something, yelling, you know, physical activity, maybe even like working out. Like the Aries moons, I feel like, are very fit people, or like just like to like just enjoy like the letting their emotions out that way. Like it's very therapeutic for them, whether they realize it or not. Also, speaking of physical, I feel like Aries moons, they like a lot of sex. That's definitely a thing, because that physical. And I feel like they're extremely confident. Their fire cannot be put out. Your opinion does not matter to them. I mean, maybe they'll listen depending on like their rest of their chart. They're pretty happy-go-lucky people. They're not the type of people to really be petty, but they are the type of people to be angry. So like lashing out, because it's Mars ruled, they are ready to fight at all times. They are ready to like assert their dominance, whether it's like actually fighting or just like fluffing like they're going to, you know. It's just like they're just like prepared and always like like warrior mentality. It's just like anything could happen at any moment, so I'm like on guard. But like I don't want to make it sound like they're like on guard, but basically what I was trying to get at was they tend to lash out verbally as well. So like let's say like you're in an altercation with them, because they're so quick tempered and because they go off their impulse and they think with their like, you know, their head first because they are the ram. Sometimes they could say things in an argument that would hurt you and they don't really realize it because they said what they needed to say and then they feel better and then the situation is over, because they're not the type of people to dwell on the past, you know. So then it's like once the situation is over, and if you're not also somebody who handle that, like if you're someone that's like, oh my god, you said harsh words to me, like I can't get over that, like they tend to like not realize it, because it's like just be like, I'm speaking to the Aries moons, like just because like you're over it doesn't mean somebody else is, because not everybody is able to just like move on as quickly as you do. And like understanding like and holding your tongue is definitely something that I feel like y'all need to work on, just because you're over it doesn't mean the other person is, and like you could have made the situation worse with the other person, if that makes sense. But at the same time, like there's good and bad in that. Like at least they're being honest. Like Aries, it's very honest. They're very honest. They're not going to lie to you, and I get like, so that's nice about it. And then also it's like they don't hold grudges, which I think is nice. Like that definitely is a plus with dealing with somebody. But at the same time, like I get it. I mean, I'm a water sun, but I have an earth moon, so it's like I can handle like the truth. But sometimes like it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, like, you know. But overall, like I feel like Aries moons, they're definitely people who love their freedom. They are very courageous. They're not afraid to be bold. They're not afraid to do things different with their style. They're not afraid to go after what they want and like put all their energy onto it. But at the same time, like I feel like Aries moon can only focus on one thing at a time. So then it's like you want to start on this, and then it's like you have a new idea, or like you have like a new, like your head, like you were really in it, and then something like got your attention, and then it's like you could forget about it because like you've moved on, and then it's like this cycle continues. I don't want to make it sound like it's so sporadic, but it's like they can be swayed, but also that does depend on like your other placements. But I'm just saying, like in general, like also like this placement, you guys probably realize that you attract a lot of, because you guys are so, I don't want to say dominant, but like because you're able to take up space and like take charge, and it's like it's not passive, that's for sure. You tend to attract a lot more like passive people, or people who are willing to give you praise, which you love your praise. You guys don't enjoy passive energy because it's like they can't handle the truth, or they can't handle the you sometimes. But you know, it's all about balancing you out, because it's like you can't just be, you know, you have to meet people where they're at, and like not everybody is going to see the world. And so I feel like it's very black and white with y'all in a way. It's just it's very clear. It's just very easy, and it's very simple. It's like, this is what you did. But it's like some people, especially people who are more passive, it's kind of like, it's all about the approach. And it's like, you know, you may mean well, but how you come off can really defer your whole message. And it's like, if you're coming off, you know, with this like warrior, with this very like aggressive, assertive, like upfront energy, it can really startle some people, is what I'm trying to get at. So just be mindful of like tone and like mannerisms and things like that when you're trying to have like a serious conversation, especially with people who, you know, aren't as upfront or like communicative as you. If you are somebody who is trying to get into the mind of an Aries moon, they want to know how you're feeling in that moment. And like if you're somebody that takes a while to really like, especially like somebody who's like Libra energy or like Pisces energy, you know, just like, I don't really know how to like say this, so I'm just not gonna say it, or I wait too long to say it. Like you can't wait too long to say something to an Aries moon. And then, because then it's like you're bringing up things from the past, and they don't like that. It's like, oh, this is like old news. And I thought we were moved on from it. But just basically what I'm trying to get at here is just like tell them what's up like right away. Even if it's hard for you, like they will appreciate that a lot more, and you will get the response that you want, versus like waiting too long and then trying to get to them later, because then they're just gonna be like, why are we bringing this up? Now I'm mad, because like that's the past. So I feel like Aries moons, since you guys can be a little self-focused and like a little headstrong, like just very like, it's this and that's it. So when people don't cater to your emotions, like that can also be something that makes you mad, when people aren't like seeing your glory, or like not seeing things your way. So that's one thing. Impatience is another thing. I feel like Aries moons, they tend to be a little bit impatient, like needing things to happen on their time, but like they have a winner like mindset. Like they're able to keep their eyes on the prize and make their goals happen, which I think is like very motivational to watch and like be a part of and like be around, because like they will make whatever they're trying to make happen. Also at the same time, they do tend to like start things and not finish it, just because their goals can change because their focus shifts kind of quickly. Not as quickly as like an air sign, but like it does. I feel like Aries is like the most air of, well, I guess yeah, I guess I would say they're the most air of the fire signs. So like there is that like easily type of thing, you know? Yeah, you get my drift. If you want to impress an Aries moon, they're always down for a new experience. They want to do something fun, maybe go axe throwing or like canoeing or just something that's like active. They really enjoy that. I feel like both like genders, or even like non-gender conforming people who have an Aries placement, they would be attracted to more like masculine, or like I feel like people who are attracted to women, they would definitely want someone that's a bit more like feminine but also like assertive like them, and like can actually like, I don't think they would want someone to come extremely like passive. Like they would want someone that's able to like speak their mind but also like be soft, where I feel like Aries women, or like people who are Aries placements that are in Aries moon placements that are attracted to male, or like they are very attracted to like masculine energy, or like there's somebody that can like take charge, because they don't want to take charge, because they're always taking charge, you know, they're always handling their business, but they would love to be with somebody that can actually like do that for them as well. I think especially Aries women, I feel like they don't like weak men, even though I feel like they tend to attract it. It's not what they see themselves with, but they want somebody, like especially with women, like they want somebody that's on their level but won't overpower them. Like I feel like they're looking for more of a partnership of like, you know, we co-rule this kingdom together, if that makes sense. It does have a influence on your relationship with your mother. So somebody who has an Aries moon could have had a very like physically active mother, or a mother that wanted to do a lot of like activities with you. It could have been somebody, a mother who just didn't like not play games, but like didn't take no shit. It was just like very like direct and like, okay, like why are we doing this type of mentality. Like Aries moons, they tend to have a hard time like expressing their emotions, and it could also just be because like they didn't have an opportunity to really express their emotions growing up, or like I don't want to say they didn't have the opportunity to express it safely, but it wasn't like valued. Like communicating and vocalizing your emotional needs wasn't probably valued growing up. Like now that you're an adult, you might have like difficulties like expressing, like verbalizing your emotions, but it does depend on the rest of your chart, especially your Mercury. Expressing your emotions through like a temper, or like physical rage, or like something like type of thing is very like common with the Aries moon. But it also depends on your rest of your chart. But you can also like just reflect on your childhood understanding of your emotional abilities. Also, if you're in a relationship with the Aries moon, I would say that this is definitely the placement that would start arguments with you just to get in your pants. I think that's definitely, they find like they need some stimulation, constant stimulation all the time, and why not bicker? Why not, right? But yeah, that was my interpretation of an Aries moon. If it resonated with you, if you know anybody with an Aries moon, if you have an Aries moon, let me know how I did, and if you feel like you got a better understanding now. Oh, also let me know if I missed anything. I feel like I was like, my brain was like, so I was having a hard time like thinking of things at the moment. But yeah, let me know if I missed anything. Like, I'm okay with that. If you found this video helpful, please watch the next one and like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I come out with more content. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.